Imagine waking up one morning, and the sky is still dark. You check your clock, it's 9 a.m. You rub your eyes, thinking maybe you overslept, but no. The lights are on. Your phone is charged. The world is awake, yet outside, it looks like midnight. Birds aren't chirping. The usual warmth through your window is missing. You open your door and see your neighbors out too, confused, murmuring. And then, the truth hits, the sun is gone. What happens next isn't just a scientific nightmare, it's a story of panic, survival, and the terrifying fragility of life on Earth. This is what would happen, if the sun disappeared for just 24 hours. Here's something eerie: if the sun vanished, we wouldn't even know it at first. That's because sunlight takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. So, even after the sun is gone, we keep living in its light for just a little longer. But then, without warning, everything changes. The sky doesn't slowly dim. It snaps into darkness. No sunset, no colors, just an instant, jarring black. Even those who sleep through it feel something is off. The air cools rapidly, plants start to close their leaves, streetlights flicker on at midday, and above all, a silence spreads, a silence that feels unnatural. It's in that silence the fear begins to grow. Within the first hour, the world begins to panic. Phones ring off the hook, news stations interrupt regular programming. Astronomers scramble to confirm the unthinkable: the sun isn't just hidden, it's missing. Speculation takes over. Is this an eclipse? A cosmic event? A weapon? Something worse? On social media, the hashtags start: #darksky, #sunisgone, #lastdayonEarth. Some make jokes, others pray, some pack bags and flee. But deep down, everyone feels the same thing: this isn't normal, and we're not ready. Air travel is grounded, governments issue statements urging calm. But the truth is, no one knows what's happening. With no sun, Earth begins to cool, and fast. Within 3 hours, global temperatures drop by 10 degrees Celsius. What once felt like a pleasant spring morning is now bone-chilling. Cities that rarely see frost are coated in a thin, icy glaze. People rush to find coats, blankets, anything to hold in warmth. Tropical countries like Sri Lanka, Brazil, and the Philippines experience a kind of cold they've never known. Elderly people feel it in their bones. Children ask their parents why it's dark outside. Nobody has a good answer. Animals begin to behave strangely, birds stop singing, dogs whine at windows. The natural world senses a danger we can't explain. We're used to night, but this isn't night. This is something else. Something that doesn't sleep. Without sunlight, photosynthesis halts. Plants, our silent partners in life, can't make food. Within hours, they begin to shift into a survival state. Some start dying. Insects that pollinate flowers go still, bees stop flying, no flowers bloom. The oceans suffer too. Tiny organisms called phytoplankton, which need sunlight to feed and breathe, start to die. That means the entire marine food chain starts breaking down, quietly, invisibly. It's only been half a day. But already, Earth is starting to fade. Now here's where science gets scary. The sun doesn't just give us light, it holds us in place. Without its gravity, Earth would stop orbiting. We'd drift into deep space at 30 kilometers per second, untethered and alone. We wouldn't feel the motion at first, but satellites would. GPS would start failing, the moon might drift off course, tides would begin to shift erratically, space agencies would go silent. And up on the International Space Station, astronauts would stare out into an endless black, and realize that even their lifeline, the sun, is gone. By hour 12, things get worse. Average global temperatures now fall below freezing. Some cities are blanketed in snow, for the first time in history. Cars won't start, heating systems strain, hospitals fill up with cases of frostbite and hypothermia. Farms begin to collapse, crops freeze, livestock die, milk spoils, food supply chains start to falter. Families gather in living rooms, huddled under layers of clothing, candles flickering. Parents try to reassure their kids, but how do you explain this? It's not just the cold. It's the sense that we've lost something fundamental, a connection we took for granted every day of our lives. The darkness isn't just physical, it's emotional. Without the rhythm of day and night, people become disoriented, sleep is harder, anxiety skyrockets, depression sets in. Some find comfort in religion, others fall into despair. And for many, the question becomes unbearable: what if the sun never comes back? Scientists still have no explanation. Theories range from solar implosions to black holes to alien interference. But nothing can explain how the sun simply vanished. It's a terrifying reminder that in the grand scale of the universe, we're vulnerable and maybe smaller than we thought. And then, when we least expect it, it happens. A glow, a warmth, a golden shimmer rising from the horizon, the sun returns, just like that. No warning, no explanation, light pours back across the planet, skies brighten, colors return, birds sing again. People pour into the streets, weeping, cheering, laughing, hugging strangers. It feels like rebirth. And yet, no one knows why it came back. Was it a glitch in the cosmos? A test? A sign? All we know is that for 24 hours, we lived in the shadow of nothing and we survived. But the scars remain. Billions in damage, lost crops, thousands of lives affected, economies crash, governments fall, faith is shaken and humanity is forced to rethink what it means to exist on this pale blue dot, orbiting a fiery miracle. Scientists publish their findings, religious leaders share reflections, philosophers ask deep questions. But in the end, we all come away with one truth: the sun isn't just a star. It's our story. Our rhythm. Our heartbeat. And for one day, we were reminded just how much we need it. So, what would you do if the sun disappeared? Drop it in the comments. And remember, stay curious, stay brave, and above all, never take the light for granted.